Welcome everyone. This is GL's Supplemental Review. Today, we will be discussing 25 items of general education questions in preparation for September 2023 board exam for teachers. Prayer. Our Father, I turn to you seeking your divine help and mercy as I ask for your grace to help me pass my board exam. I ask for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that I can remember everything I have studied. Please do not abandon me in this time of need, but grant me the favor I seek. I ask this in your holy name. Amen. Taking the time to review and improve your knowledge and skills is a crucial step in becoming a licensed professional teacher, LPT. By committing to a thorough and dedicated review process, you'll be better equipped to succeed in the LPT exam and, more importantly, to excel in your teaching career. As you review, you'll gain a deeper understanding of the principles and practices of effective teaching, and you'll be able to apply this knowledge in the classroom to help your students succeed. Remember that becoming an LPT is not just about passing an exam. It's about committing to a lifelong pursuit of excellence in teaching. So take the time to review thoroughly, and know that your efforts will be rewarded with a fulfilling and impactful career as an LPT. As a teacher preparing for the board exam, you know how important it is to have access to high-quality resources and support. By subscribing to this channel, you'll gain access to expert guidance, comprehensive study materials, and proven strategies for success on the board exam. Our content is designed specifically to help teachers like you ace the exam and achieve your professional goals. Don't miss out on this opportunity to get the edge you need to succeed. Subscribe to our channel today and join our community of aspiring educators. Thank you for your support. Subscription is free. Please click the subscribe button, including the notification bell, to be updated on our newest videos. Question number 1. What emotion or feeling is expressed in the following line? To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether this nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and opposing end them? A. Anger. B. Happiness. C. Greed. D. Indecision. What emotion or feeling is expressed in the following line? To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether this nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and opposing end them? For question number 1, the correct answer is D. Indecision. The line, to be or not to be, is one of the most famous soliloquies in English literature, spoken by the character Hamlet in Act 3, Scene 1 of William Shakespeare's play, Hamlet. In this soliloquy, Hamlet is struggling with a difficult decision about whether to continue living and enduring the challenges of life or to end his own life to escape them. The phrase, to be or not to be, encapsulates this sense of indecision, as Hamlet weighs the pros and cons of each option and tries to determine which path is the right one for him to take. Question number 2. My concept of inner peace come from my mother's daily activities, which I now recall with fondness and awe. She was a full-time housewife, wholly dependent on my father's monthly salary. How she made both ends meet, guided us in our studies and did small acts of charity on the side was beyond me. The mother's financial resources are blank. A. Abundant. B. Limited. C. Miserable. D. Too much. My concept of inner peace come from my mother's daily activities, which I now recall with fondness and awe. She was a full-time housewife, wholly dependent on my father's monthly salary. How she made both ends meet, guided us in our studies and did small acts of charity on the side was beyond me. The mother's financial resources are blank. For question number 2, the correct answer is B. Limited. Based on the given statement, the mother's financial income is said to be limited because she is described as a full-time housewife who is wholly dependent on her husband's monthly salary. This suggests that the mother does not have her own source of income and relies entirely on her husband's earnings to support the family. Therefore, her financial resources are likely to be limited and she may struggle to make ends meet or provide for the family's needs beyond the basics. Question number 3. On your trip to Hong Kong, if you chance upon Benito, please give, blank, my warm regards. A. Him. B. himself. C. His. D. Myself. On your trip to Hong Kong, if you chance upon Benito, please give blank my warm regards. For question number 3, the correct answer is A. Him. The blank space in the sentence requires an object pronoun to complete the sentence grammatically. In this context, my warm regards is the subject and the person receiving these regards is the object. The sentence is asking the listener to convey the message of warm regards to Benito on their behalf. Him is the correct object pronoun to use in this sentence because it refers to the person, Benito, who is the intended recipient of the message. Question number 4. Is this the spot, blank, you had the accident? A. When. B. Where. C. Within. D. Whereas. Is this the spot, blank, you had the accident? For question number 4, the correct answer is B. Where. Where is an interrogative adverb that is commonly used to ask about a place or location. It is used to indicate the position, situation, or location of a person, object, or event. For example, you might ask, "Where is the library?" to ask for the location of the library. In this case, where is being used to ask about the place or position of the library. Where can also be used in conjunction with other prepositions to provide more specific information about location. For example, you might ask, "Where in the park did you see the birds?" In this case, where is being used to ask about the location of the birds within the park. In general, where is a versatile adverb that can be used to ask about the location of any person, object, or event, and it is a useful word for communicating about place and position in both spoken and written communication. Question number 5. Wise people can, blank, with frustrations. A. Cope. B. Cope up. C. Cope on. D. Cope in. Wise people can, blank, with frustrations. For question number 5, the correct answer is A. Cope. Means to deal effectively with something difficult or challenging. In this context, wise people can cope with frustrations. Means that they have the ability to handle or manage frustrating situations in a sensible and effective way. Question number 6. All acids contain the element, blank. A. Fluorine. B. Hydrogen. C. Sodium. D. Magnesium. All acids contain the element, blank. For question number 6, the correct answer is B. Hydrogen. An acid is a substance that, when dissolved in water, produces positively charged hydrogen ions, H+. These hydrogen ions are responsible for the acidic properties of the substance. Therefore, all acids must contain hydrogen in order to produce these hydrogen ions. Some examples of common acids include hydrochloric acid, HCl, sulfuric acid, H2SO4, and acetic acid, CH3COOH. Question number 7. If ever you forgot, blank, book, you can always use, blank, mark. A. Your, mine. B. Yours, ours. C. My, yours. D. Him, himself. If ever you forgot, blank, book, you can always use, blank, mark. For question number 7, the correct answer is A. Your, mine. Question number 8. Solve for LCM of 8, 12 and 20. A. 80. B. 120. C. 140. D. 150. LCM stands for least common multiple. To solve this problem, you need to remember that if you are asked for LCM, always look for the lowest choice and try to solve it. If it is divisible to the given numbers, 8, 12 and 20, then that is the correct answer. Example. A. 80. 80 divide 8 equals 10, then 80 divide 12 equals 6.67. This cannot be an acceptable answer when you are asked for LCM. This is because you need to end up with whole number and not with a number with decimal point. 4. B. 120. 120 divide 8 equals 15. 120 divide 12 equals 12. 120 divide 20 equals 6. You will notice that your answers are all whole number. This might be a correct answer. If you wish to continue solving for choices C and D, you will notice that their results are not whole number. What if two of the choices give you whole numbers? Always remember that if you are asked for LCM, always look for the lowest choice cause that will give you the correct answer. So, for question number 8, the correct answer is B, 120. Question number 9. My nephew and I met a good friend of blank in front of the school gate. A. Mine. B. Ours. C. Us. D. Them. My nephew and I met a good friend of blank in front of the school gate. For question number 9, the correct answer is A. Mine. The sentence indicates that the speaker and their nephew met someone who is a good friend of the speaker. Since the sentence is referring to the speaker's friend, the possessive pronoun, mine, is the appropriate choice. Option B, ours, implies that the friend is a shared friend between the speaker and their nephew, but there is no indication of that in the sentence. Option circa, us, is a subjective pronoun used to refer to the speaker and their nephew, but it does not indicate possession of the friend. Option D, them, is a third-person plural pronoun and does not refer to the speaker, their nephew, or their friend. Question number 10. Mike, blank, 10 miles before he realized that he was going north instead of south. A. Had drove. B. Have driven. C. Has drive. D. Had driven. Question number 10. Mike, blank, 10 miles before he realized that he was going north instead of south. For choice A, had drove, is grammatically incorrect. Drove is the past tense form of the verb drive, but in the past perfect tense, the verb drive should be in its past participle form, driven. For choice B, have driven, is incorrect because it is the present perfect tense, which is used to describe actions that happened at an unspecified time before now, or that started in the past and continue to the present. In this case, the sentence is referring to a specific moment in the past when Mike realized he was going the wrong way. For circa, has drive, is incorrect because it is a present tense verb phrase, and it doesn't match the past tense of the rest of the sentence. Drive is also the base form of the verb, so it needs to be conjugated to match the tense of the sentence. Therefore, D, had driven, is the correct choice because it matches the past tense of the sentence, and it is the past perfect tense form of the verb drive, which shows that the action was completed before another past action. The past perfect tense is formed by using the auxiliary verb had and the past participle of the main verb. Question number 11. What to call the fleet commanded by Magellan in his expedition together with Sebastian de Elcano to reach the island of Moluccas? A. Armada de Elcano. B. Armada de Magellan. C. Armada de Molucca. D. Armada fleet. What to call the fleet commanded by Magellan in his expedition together with Sebastian de Elcano to reach the island of Moluccas? For question number 11, the correct answer is C. Armada de Molucca. Magellan's expedition was a historic voyage that took place between 1519 and 1522. The expedition was the first circumnavigation of the Earth, and it was led by the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan. The purpose of the expedition was to find a new route to the Spice Islands in the East Indies, which were the main source of valuable spices such as nutmeg and cloves. The fleet consisted of 5 ships: the Trinidad, the flagship, San Antonio, Concepcion, Victoria, and Santiago, and a total of around 270 crew members. They sailed from Spain in September 1519, crossed the Atlantic Ocean, and reached the coast of Brazil. They then continued southward, passing through the Strait of Magellan at the southern tip of South America and entering the Pacific Ocean. The journey across the Pacific was long and difficult, with the crew facing many challenges such as lack of food, water, and proper sanitation. They eventually arrived at the Philippine Islands, where Magellan was killed in a battle with local tribes. Despite the loss of their leader, the remaining crew continued the voyage, and after a long and perilous journey, they finally arrived back in Spain in September 1522, completing the first circumnavigation of the globe. Question number 12. Which of the following authors wrote the novel, To Kill a Mockingbird? A. Harper Lee. B. Ernest Hemingway. C. F. Scott Fitzgerald. D. William Faulkner. Which of the following authors wrote the novel, To Kill a Mockingbird? For question number 12, the correct answer is A. Harper Lee. She wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, which was published in 1960. The novel is a classic of modern American literature and has won several prestigious awards, including the Pulitzer Prize. The book explores themes of racial injustice and the loss of innocence through the eyes of a young girl named Scout Finch. Ernest Hemingway was an American novelist and short story writer. While he is known for his spare and direct writing style, Hemingway's most famous works include The Old Man and the Sea, A Farewell to Arms, and For Whom the Bell Tolls. F. Scott Fitzgerald was an American novelist and short story writer. He is known for his depictions of the Jazz Age and the Roaring Twenties. Some of his most famous works include The Great Gatsby, Tender as the Night, and This Side of Paradise. William Faulkner was an American writer and Nobel Prize laureate from Mississippi. He is known for his modernist style and his exploration of the American South. Some of his most famous works include The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, and Light in August. Question number 13. It is the process of storing, recovering and disseminating recorded data through the computer. A. Information retrieval. B. Information dissemination. C. Recorded information. D. Information technology. It is the process of storing, recovering and disseminating recorded data through the computer. For question number 13, the correct answer is D. Information technology. Information technology refers to the use of computers, software, and other technologies to manage, process, and store data. Information retrieval, on the other hand, refers specifically to the process of searching for and obtaining information from a database or other information repository. Information dissemination. This refers to the process of sharing or distributing information to a wider audience. Recorded information. This refers to any information that has been documented or recorded in some way, such as in a file or database. Question number 14. It is also known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. A. Republic Act 1425. B. Republic Act 7836. C. Republic Act 7877. D. Republic Act 1265. It is also known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. For question number 14, the correct answer is B. Republic Act 7836. Republic Act 7836, which is also known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. This law aims to professionalize teaching in the Philippines by setting standards for the education, certification, and professional development of teachers. Republic Act 1425. This is also known as the Rizal Law, and was enacted in 1956. This law mandates the teaching of the life, works, and writings of national hero José Rizal in all schools in the Philippines, including private schools. Republic Act 7877. This is also known as the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. This law prohibits sexual harassment in the workplace, in educational or training institutions, and in other learning environments. Republic Act 1265 is an act making flag ceremony compulsory in all educational institutions in the Philippines. This law mandates that all educational institutions, both public and private, must conduct flag-raising ceremonies every school day. The law also prescribes the proper way of performing the ceremony and the behavior that is expected from those who participate in it. Question number 15. Distance education made possible by computers is known as blank. A. Module learning. B. Online learning. C. Individual learning. D. Learning through media. Distance education made possible by computers is known as blank. For question number 15, the correct answer is B. Online learning. Online learning, also known as e-learning, refers to education that is delivered over the internet using digital technologies. This includes live virtual classes, self-paced courses, and a variety of multimedia resources. Module learning refers to a method of teaching in which the curriculum is broken down into smaller modules or units that can be studied and learned independently. This approach is often used in distance education, but it can also be used in traditional classroom settings. Individual learning refers to a method of education in which the learner takes responsibility for their own learning process. This can involve setting personal learning goals, identifying areas of weakness, and seeking out resources to support their learning. Learning through media refers to education that is delivered through various forms of media, such as television, radio, newspapers, and the internet. Question number 16. All are famous work of Rizal except blank. A. To My Motherland. B. El Filibusterismo. C. The Reign of the Greed. D. The Song of Hiawatha. All are famous work of Rizal except blank. For question number 16, the correct answer is D. The Song of Hiawatha. The Song of Hiawatha is not a work of Rizal. It is a poem by the American poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, published in 1855. The poem tells the story of an Ojibwe warrior named Hiawatha and his people. To My Motherland. This is a poem that Rizal wrote in 1882, while he was still studying in Madrid. The poem expresses his love for his country, the Philippines, and his hopes for its future. El Filibusterismo. This is Rizal's second novel, and a sequel to his first novel, Noli Me Tangere. It was published in 1891 and tells the story of the character Samoon, who seeks to avenge the injustices done to him and his countrymen by the Spanish colonial government. The Reign of Greed. This is an English translation of Rizal's novel, El Filibusterismo, which was translated by Charles Derbyshire and published in 1912. Question number 17. Hemophilia is a common sex-linked disorder that is X-linked recessive trait. If a man is hemophiliac, this means that, blank. A. He got the disease from her mother. B. He got the disease from his father. C. He will have children with hemophiliac. D. All his children will have hemophiliac. Hemophilia is a common sex-linked disorder that is X-linked recessive trait. If a man is hemophiliac, this means that, blank. For question number 17, the correct answer is A. He got the disease from her mother. Hemophilia is usually an inherited bleeding disorder in which the blood does not clot properly. This can lead to spontaneous bleeding as well as bleeding following injuries or surgery. Blood contains many proteins called clotting factors that can help to stop bleeding. Since hemophilia is an X-linked recessive disorder, the faulty gene is located on the X chromosome. Men have one X chromosome, which they inherit from their mother, and one Y chromosome, which they inherit from their father. If the man's mother is a carrier of the faulty gene, she may not have the disorder herself, but she can pass the gene on to her sons. In this case, the man would have inherited the faulty gene from his mother and would be hemophiliac. There is a 50% chance that the son will inherit the faulty gene from her and be hemophiliac. Question number 18. What novel opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"? A. Daniel Defoe. B. Mrs. Dalloway. C. Moby Dick. D. Harry Potter. What novel opens with the line, "Call me Ishmael"? For question number 18, the correct answer is C. Moby Dick. Moby Dick is a novel by Herman Melville, published in 1851. The novel tells the story of Captain Ahab and his obsessive quest for revenge against the white whale that took his leg. The novel is known for its complex themes, including the nature of evil, the role of fate, and the relationship between humanity and nature. Daniel Defoe. Daniel Defoe was an English writer who lived in the 17th and 18th centuries. He is best known for his novel, Robinson Crusoe, which tells the story of a man who is shipwrecked on a desert island and must find a way to survive. Mrs. Dalloway. Mrs. Dalloway is a novel by Virginia Woolf, published in 1925. The novel is set in a single day in June and follows the preparations for a party that Clarissa Dalloway is hosting that evening. The novel is known for its modernist style and its exploration of themes such as mental illness and the effects of World War I on society. Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a series of 8 fantasy novels by J.K. Rowling, published between 1997 and 2007. The novels follow the adventures of a young wizard named Harry Potter and his friends Hermione Granger and Ron Weasley as they attend the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and battle the Dark Wizard Lord Voldemort. The series has become a cultural phenomenon and has been adapted into movies, theme parks, and other media. For question number 19, the museum was built in blank to Dr. José Rizal. A. Prestige. B. Irreverence. C. Homage. D. Defense. The museum was built in blank to Dr. José Rizal. For question number 19, the correct answer is C. Homage. The sentence suggests that the museum was built as a tribute to Dr. José Rizal. Question number 20. By playing his violin in public places, Gilopez Kabayo brought classical violin music to the blank. A. Masses. B. Cinemas. C. Theaters. D. Stage. By playing his violin in public places, Gilopez Kabayo brought classical violin music to the blank. For question number 20, the correct answer is A. Masses. By playing his violin in public places, Gilopez Kabayo brought classical violin music to the masses, meaning to a wider and more diverse audience beyond the usual concert-going crowd. Question number 21. How much is barrowed if the interest at 8% after 3 months is 6,000 pesos? A. 150,000. B. 200,000. C. 250,000. D. 300,000. How much is barrowed if the interest at 8% after 3 months is 6,000 pesos? For question number 21, the correct answer is D. 300,000. We can use the simple interest formula to solve this problem. Simple interest equals principal times rate times time, where principal is the amount borrowed, rate is the interest rate, and time is the time period. In this case, we know that the interest is 6,000 pesos, the rate is 8%, and the time is 3 months. Let's plug in these values and solve for the principal. 6,000 equals principal times 0.08 times 3/12 or 0.25. Simplifying the right-hand side, 6,000 equals principal times 0.02. Dividing both sides by 0.02. Principal equals 6,000 divide 0.02 equals 300,000 pesos. Therefore, the amount borrowed is 300,000 pesos. Question number 22. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 96. What are the integers? A. 33, 34, 35. B. 31, 32, 33. C. 30, 32, 34. D. 33, 34, 35. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 96. What are the integers? Let x be the first integer, then the next 2 consecutive integers can be represented as x plus 1 and x plus 2. The problem states that the sum of these 3 integers is 96, so we can set up the equation. X plus 1, plus x plus 2, equals 96. Simplifying the left side of the equation, 3x plus 3 equals 96. Subtracting 3 from both sides, 3x equals 93. Dividing both sides by 3, x equals 31, so the first integer is 31, and the next 2 consecutive integers are 31 plus 1 equals 32, 31 plus 2 equals 33. Therefore, the answer is B, 31, 32, 33. Question number 22. The artistic tradition which revives past arts in various forms is referred to as blank tradition. A. Modern. B. Anthropological. C. Contemporary. D. Classical. The artistic tradition which revives past arts in various forms is referred to as blank tradition. For question number 22, The correct answer is D. Classical. The classical tradition refers to the art, literature, and culture of ancient Greece and Rome. It includes works such as epic poems, tragedy and comedy, and classical architecture. The classical tradition has had a significant influence on Western culture and art, and is often revived or adapted in various forms in modern times. A. Modern. The modern artistic tradition generally refers to art produced during the late 19th and early 20th centuries up to the present day. It is often characterized by a departure from traditional styles and a focus on experimentation and innovation. B. Anthropological. Anthropological art is a broad term used to describe art created by indigenous cultures or artists that explore and express cultural themes and practices. It often involves the use of traditional materials and techniques, and reflects the unique history, beliefs, and values of the culture. C. Contemporary. Contemporary art is a term used to describe art produced in the present time, often characterized by a focus on conceptual or abstract ideas, and experimentation with new forms and media. Question number 24. Sound will travel fastest in blank. A. Water. B. Plastic. C. Air. D. Solid. Sound will travel fastest in blank. For question number 24, the correct answer is D. Solid. Sound will travel fastest in solids, particularly in materials with a high elasticity like metals. This is because sound waves require a medium to travel through and the particles in solids are closely packed together, allowing for faster transmission of vibrations. The speed of sound in solids can be several times faster than in liquids, which includes water, and gases, which includes air. The speed of sound in plastic can vary depending on the type of plastic, but generally it is slower than in solids. Question number 25. Dengue is an infectious disease transmitted by an organism classified under which phylum? A. Echinodermata. B. Chordates. C. Hemichordata. D. Arthropoda. Dengue is an infectious disease transmitted by an organism classified under which phylum? For question number 25, the correct answer is D. Arthropoda. The organism that transmits dengue is classified under the phylum Arthropoda. Dengue is primarily transmitted by Aedes aegypti, a species of mosquito belonging to the order Diptera and the family Culicidae, which are all part of the phylum Arthropoda. Besides dengue, Aedes mosquitoes can also transmit Zika virus, chikungunya virus, and yellow fever virus. There are many other species of mosquitoes that can transmit diseases to humans. Some examples include Culex mosquitoes. Culex mosquitoes are responsible for transmitting West Nile virus, a potentially serious infection that can cause flu-like symptoms and in some cases, neurological damage. Anopheles mosquitoes. Anopheles mosquitoes are the primary vectors of malaria, a serious and sometimes fatal disease caused by Plasmodium parasites. Thank you for watching Gilles Let Review. I hope they've been helpful in your exam preparation. Remember that success in the LET requires consistency and dedication, so I encourage you to come back for more videos to help you stay on track with your studies. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. My goal is to provide you with high-quality content that helps you feel confident and prepared for the exam. So, let's work together towards your success in the LET. Keep studying hard and I'll see you in the next video.